So first off, guys, it is an Plus, Apple TV Plus film, and if you're going to watch the film, you're going to have to pay the $10 subscription, which will be charged to if you have a linked up Apple Card to your account or you have a secondary form of payment. It'll be charged. And the good news is, if you want to just pay that $10 to watch the film and then just cancel the subscription, then that's an option too. But anyways, so we're on the family plan, guys. We're back on the cinema scale with the family plan. This time, a unique movie because it is straight to streaming. So that's coming up now, a lot of streaming movies. And it stars Mark Wahlberg as a family man. It follows him in suburban lifestyle. He is a former assassin who is trying to make the best of his new life with his wife and his 3 children in this film. Well, the cat's out of the bag, as it were. He sought and found out. And so he encourages the family to go onto a road trip. And the goal is to reach their destination, create new identities for themselves, go into a new lifestyle of hiding. And then along the way, he's battling bad guys. He's learning and growing with his family all at the same time. And it gives a nice positive spin in connection with movies that have attempted this before. If you think about The Spy Next Door with Jackie Chan, you get a similar element. He is a secret agent working with the CIA. He wants to leave the life behind. He's involved with a woman, etc., and Murder, She Wrote. So what makes this movie stand out in particular? Why would you be entertained by this movie rather than some of the similar ones that are the predecessors of this film? Well, one, Mark Wahlberg really drives a very, very nice character. He has a presence that you will definitely enjoy in connection with this particular film. There is entertainment in the film because it really portrays how contrasted his life is. He's from this wild, crazy past until now he's dealing with the suburban life. He's driving a minivan. He does the grocery shopping. He works as a car salesman. And so now him taking on this responsibility and then going back to his roots as an assassin, that's entertaining. There's some crazy action sequences in the film. Nothing that's going to leave you like, oh, wow, that was the best action sequence I've ever seen. But it is something that you're going to look forward to seeing because it's just this Mark Wahlberg. It's how he gets down. It's literally like Tom Cruise, Mark Wahlberg. Those two literally, drive a film. And there's humor there. There's some moments where I laughed out loud. I'm not going to, go into the details. Obviously, this is a non-spoiler review, but there are moments where you chuckle, you laugh. There are moments when you love the daughter, you hate the daughter. You love the son, you hate the son. Entertainment. But is there any depth to this film? Is there any identity? What is that theme of the film that's going to make it connect with you personally? It's a family movie. And so, during this time of year, a lot more family movies are coming on the table. And you're going to have that similar dynamic. Mom, dad, love our parents, love the kids, blah, blah, blah. So what makes this a work of art that makes this something you can connect with? Well, the story goes into the struggles of essentially someone escaping their past and confronting their future. That's unique in this particular story. There's a lot of twist that I feel as though made the story drive well because it's more realistic. When there are twists in a story like this, I'd say it's more realistic because of the fact that that's everyday life. So for the audience to be surprised at certain points in the movie, that is something that makes the theme worthy of connection. And so that theme, this family man trying to find himself, trying to balance his new life with his old life, that's something that's very, very, very practical, something that you can identify with, especially as a father or even a stepfather. So with that theme being carried, it brings us to the performance. The performance, there were dynamics here, right? Like we had Maggie Q. She was in the film. She's from Mission Impossible 3 with Michelle Monaghan. She also was in Mission Impossible. But the dynamic between those two women was pretty funny. They had a nice comedic outlet that you can definitely see was more natural than on screen. There was definitely some behind the scenes goodness between these two, but especially Mark Wahlberg and Michelle Monaghan with Zoe Colletti and Van Crosby. That's their two kids. When you're bringing a family together, one of the hardest things to do in production is to sell the idea that they are a real family. You don't doubt that. You see a certain amount of naturalness with Mark Wahlberg and his co-stars. There was just a dynamic that was developed to the point where it's like, you know what? I want the family to succeed. Or there were moments when you may have felt, well, why doesn't he just express this to them? Because they love this man. You know, of course they won't overreact. So the performance, character wise, good. It was good casting. It was good casting. There is a YouTuber who appears in the film, Valkyrie, and now 4.xyz million subscribers. But it's always nice to be able to see that reality there, that YouTube presence, because that's something that's practical in connection with the characteristic of the son, whom is a fanatically wonderful gamer in the film. Now, when you're talking or thinking about the dialogue or the storytelling that really put this movie on the map, again, there are chuckle moments. There's dialogue that it goes here, it goes there. It's normal dialogue. Is there something that stands out? I would say there are some moments where I'm like, wow, that was pretty funny that he said that, or maybe I could quote that. But if you're talking about dialogue that's going to be on a whole, I need a dictionary to understand, or it's super, super deep dialogue that I'm going to just be repeating or throwing out in random group chats or whatever, it's not that kind of dialogue. It's dialogue that's necessary, adds to the storytelling, and just moves the movie right along. So now talking about the setting, the lighting, the cinematography, there are moments that you look forward to, especially in a movie that's depicting a former assassin, secret agent, etc. There's going to be more of a lavish kind of undertone to the film because that is what the lifestyle involves. For example, his wardrobe, the clothes that he wore, you got to look sharp to be killing people, right? You got to be sharp to be an assassin. But the film also takes place, some of it in Las Vegas, and they got some great shots of Caesar's Palace. They got some great shots of just the overall area of Las Vegas, and that's necessary. It may not seem necessary to the goodness of the film, but it is necessary. It caused the film to pace well. It caused it to have a nice effect. The movie runtime is 1 hour and 58 minutes. And for me, it was like, wow, this is a 2-hour movie. How are they going to drag this out? Because I thought it was just going to be point A and then go to point B. But the way it was cultivated, and then the twist that led us to the final part of the movie, and then the closure and the solution, you're left feeling satisfied. I will say, I walked away from my TV feeling satisfied. Execution-wise, the director and Mark Wahlberg, they had worked together on some other projects. This is Simon Selin Jones, and you can see that there's good chemistry there. There's confidence there, on set, off set, and there's nothing more encouraging than seeing a dynamic like that develop. So what can be said about the it factor? Why should you watch this movie? What is it about the family plan that makes it different? The way the story was told and the way the characters developed. That makes a difference in a film. If you're watching the same character from the beginning of the film to the end of the film, that doesn't do much good for a film. It doesn't benefit your life. It doesn't provide a lesson. It doesn't really do anything. So there is moments where you can really be able to see development throughout the film. That's something that is really important in good cinematic storytelling. The good cinematic pictures have a drive and its development throughout the film. Other than that, guys, though, I would say it's definitely a film that you should watch. It's not a film that's going to be like, oh, well, it's like the best film in the world. but it's definitely a film that you want to watch. It will make you think about your decisions in life and how you trust and value those around you. And that's what you expect in a Mark Wahlberg film. So that's really our take on The Family Plan. Good film. Watch it. Cut. And 3, 2, 1. So that's really our take on the Family Plan. Good film. Watch it. If you don't want to pay for the $10 subscription, borrow it from someone. But if you do have a new Apple product, it's free the first year. They include Apple TV in it for whatever the reason. But other than that, though, it was a spot on film. I really enjoyed it. I really think that you guys will like it. Other than that, we'll catch you on the next review. Love you guys as always. Peace out.